And we're that question that from my understanding, am I to understand that we can't get anywhere without the shaykh? And astaghfirullah, no, that's completely incorrect understanding. You can do many things on your own and everyone is capable, and we're talking about the rule and not the exception. In dealing with Allah can do anything Allah wants to do, no one can limit that. But the rule is if you want to be a doctor, you study medicine, and you study medicine from a doctor, not from a mechanic. And if you want to learn about being a mechanic, you study from a mechanic. It's not something you pick up in a book, being a doctor, so it requires studying. So we understand that in dunya, and it seems to be very well understood in dunya. Nobody has conflict in their mind and shaitan doesn't play with them. Shaitan actually encourages them, oh go after your dunya and be a big doctor and go to this university. And without a doubt they quickly enroll, find the best professors, which university puts out the best medical degree, so that one day you can capitalize on that degree and people will come to you. That's a given. So it must be understood and make common sense that do you think the way to Allah is easier or harder? And the tricks of the nafs and the self, and is that something that can be done alone by a person? وَكُنُوا مَعَ صَادِقِينَ. When Allah, that's why when we teach, if you write what we teach and then you go back later and the article comes out and you take the article, print it and study it, it gives the entire reference to the Qur'an, quotes the hadith, so that you understand, and you understand how the Qur'an is teaching us. That we're not making just a khatir and thoughts and putting thoughts together, but Allah inspiring to the heart of Prophet and Prophet inspiring to his guides, and they inspire to their students. That the Qur'an, Holy Qur'an is a guidance for mankind. Hudan al-muttaqeen.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below. The programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And when Allah A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, ittaqullah wa alimakumullah, ittaqullah wa kunu ma'a sadiqeen. That everything has to do with the taqwa and consciousness, and Allah throughout Qur'an is asking accompany truthful servants. Not that they say they're truthful, but truthful through their deeds and their actions. We said before the proof is in the pudding, that your faith in action, their deeds and actions are truthful, their maqam al-ihsan should speak for itself. They don't have to show their degree to anyone and they don't have to validate themselves, but the proof is what's coming out from their knowledges and from actions. As a result that becomes a university, and that becomes then a shaykh I want to accompany because of the knowledges and the actions that I see. Those knowledges I want them, so I will enroll with him. Those actions I also want to activate within my life. I want the love of Prophet, I want to follow them. I want to look like the love of Prophet, I want the knowledges of the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, and I follow them. And that becomes the university of the heavens. Now can you do that by yourself? That's exception. There are people whom Allah al-murad, Allah calls them, guides them, dresses them however Allah wants to. And the common is murid, in which Allah wants the student to reach these realities. It's not kindergarten, so it won't be in every masjid. It's very advanced realities, so they require advanced teachers. Not the teacher of a book, because you have external teaching and internal teaching. Somebody asked in another email, what does the Zahiri mean? Exactly what it says, external teachers. Means they read the sharia, they read the hadith and they teach that. They are the translators of Arabic to English or Urdu or any other language. They don't teach about its reality. And somebody posted a hadith of Imam Ali that in the time of his being the Khalifa, he went around to all the masjids to hear who was teaching what. And after he went from every masjid hearing what they teach, he shut them all down except for two. And he said, those they don't know what even they're saying, they're basically repeating back what they read. But these two, they know the reality of what they're saying. It's best that you sit with them. Means the external scholar is one whom well read but doesn't necessarily know the reality and the depth of what's being said, but he can tell you all of its verses and footnotes and who said to who said to who said to who said, but doesn't mean he has any knowledge of what was being said and the reality and the substance of what was being said. So those are external scholars, and those whom their hearts are attracted to that, they move towards that. They don't want inner realities, they want to memorize the isnad and the chain of authorities, and that's appealing to them and their heart is drawn to that. But again, someone who wants to reach to realities, it's common sense, how are they going to reach their own on their own? So then they enlist into a school and a shaykh and say, I want the shaykh from what he's teaching. So you go to find the doctor whom you feel is the most credible doctor with the realities that you want, and as a result you accompany him and you learn from him his realities. And from the realities he teaches a way in which to achieve it because that's how he achieved it. But can it be something done on our own? No. These are called upliftings. That these realities, this accompanying a guide, loving them, opening your heart to that reality, supporting them, living a life of khidmat, everything that's been described, documenting the knowledges, documenting the realities. It's a uplifting because your soul will lock onto their soul through the good manners and good character, and as a result of that locking, their soul is uplifting the student because the soul is in a continuous mirage. And Allah describes them because these are all from the realities of the heart, these come from Surat al-Yasin. Fulukul mashkoon wa hamalna dhurriyatahum fi fulukil mashkoon, that their souls are like loaded ships, loaded, mashkoon like energies Mawlana would describe. And hamalna, they carry within their loaded energies the souls of those whom come into their company. Because the soul is not a stagnant creature, it doesn't just sit there, it's an energy of vibration that is in a continuous flux of movement and energy. The only thing that just sits there is that which came from dunya, your physicality, right? Your physicality is of a dunya material matter, but your spirituality and your soul is in a continuous movement and wave. Its beginning and its end is not understood, where your light is coming, how much of it's connected and to where is it connected. And those whom operate from the realm of light in which Allah opened their light and they have a governance over their light, they use and operate their being with their light, they are like ships. Anyone who comes into their vicinity immediately comes on board. Those whom lock on with their heart, with their deeds and with their actions, because this is how Allah wants His servant, وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. So He's teaching the student, you have to also be sadiqeen. As you're requiring the shaykh to be, because you're looking for sadiqeen, right? You're looking for a shaykh whose knowledges of realities and the actions of realities, all the deeds and everything that they're doing is by their deeds and their actions or matching the Muhammadan haqqaiqs. Then they train you, come on their ship and you act the same. That's why they tell you, contribute. Don't just think you're going to take it and take the realities and one day run away, but be a truthful servant. What you took you owe, of the realities you owe, and of all of these stations Allah is granting, Prophet wants for us a khidmat. Go now and serve humanity, that show your loyalty, put everything of your faith within action. It's not something that I keep hidden, my faith is something that I continuously put into action. So it means then the students of the shaykh, they're continuously showing their faith, showing their love, showing their respect and showing their khidmat and service. Why? Because they're truthful in their deeds and in their actions. They're not hidden silent people where you don't even know what they believe because their deeds are not known to anyone. These deeds have to be known, the love has to be shown, and the actions and the khidmat has to be visible to the help and to the benefit of people. And as a result that becomes the tariqah in which I want to accompany them. The realities they have, they're not regular teachings. And as a result of accompanying them, loving them, being of service in the ways that they've taught, my soul is locked on with them, and wherever they go they take me with them. Because a ship doesn't throw its passengers off every time it goes into a beatific location. Means as the ship is moving through these tajallis, everyone on board is being dressed by those tajallis, and that becomes the beatific dress and the fayaz that people talk about and emanations that Sufis are known for. Means that as they're being dressed, everyone on the ship will be dressed by its realities. So we want a ship